Hello guys, this is lesson 2 of Living Life in Light, a Yogi's Journey, IGTV series. Today I want to read a passage on balance, how to keep balance in our lives. I just want to remind and point out that I am not reading the book from beginning to end in a linear manner. Much like I suggest that you get Living Life in Light and that you connect with your heart space. Open, see where you land, flip the pages and see where you land each day. And that will be the message of your guides or light or the message of the day. And for this series, I am opening in different parts of the book that I feel it's relevant to me on that day. For today, balance seemed like a very relevant idea as we are in the middle of this coronavirus crisis. And also, I must say, I believe I have 10 minutes, I think, for this talk. So let's go move forward. And I do need to check my time, make sure I don't go over. So this is page 190 if you have the book open on page 190. If you don't, I invite you to purchase it on Amazon or livinglifeinlight.com or Barnes & Noble. Balance. Life is about balance. Finding that equilibrium so that we can navigate this life in a more peaceful manner and with less ups and downs. When you feel a strong emotion arising, say to yourself, this too shall pass. I don't know about you guys, but with all this coronavirus situation last night, we are on a Friday. So Thursday to Friday, I felt a lot of emotions. I'm usually a very good sleeper. I sleep very well at night, but I was somehow very awake and very aware of this global crisis and the collective consciousness and feeling it to the core of my being. And so saying to myself, this too shall pass, even in times like that, it is really a very amazing mantra. No, Siri, I'm not talking to you. Stop.
I'm not sure I understand.
Really? Okay, this happens a lot when I am doing healing work. Maybe you guys are aware of this too. So we will continue. If you are not mindful, it is easy to get addicted to our highs and lows. Right? Do you know what I'm talking about? You get addicted to your highs and your lows. When you are addicted to your highs and lows, life becomes a roller coaster. And nothing is ever good enough for you, for me, or for you, or for all of us. We all know people who are so attached to their feelings and emotions that anything shakes them off their center. And most likely we have been that person at some point. When we are dependent on our quote-unquote feelings at all times, we become less efficient in life. In this book, we have explored the notion of life's mission statement. So what is your life mission statement? Right? You can journal on that. It's a really good idea. Once we know why we are here and what kind of legacy you want to leave on our planet, we must navigate the ups and downs in life gracefully and with intention of staying grounded and not losing our center. And also always striving for equanimity, even in the middle of the storm. As we find our balance in everyday life, it is also important that we find our balance on our yoga mat. Some days our practice will be more fiery, and others it will be more gentle. Some days energetically more masculine, and some days more feminine. I invite you to cultivate both energies in the totality of who you are. We incorporate all the masculine and feminine energy together. Some days we find ourselves somewhere in the middle. This thing called life. Honor where you are each and every day. Allow life to inform you and allow your practice to inform you. And allow life to inform your practice and your practice to inform life. I must mention one thing when it comes to balance. There will be time in our lives when we will need to be, quote unquote, off balance to find balance again. So what do I mean by that? There will be time in our lives when we need to be off balance to find our balance again. Here are some examples of what I mean. If you're running a marathon, there will be intense periods of practice, right? If you are writing a book, you may need to be off the grid for a while to complete your project. I know that. When I wrote my 200-hour and my 300-hour yoga teacher training and manuals, like books, I had to isolate myself for an extended period of time so that I could focus and devote all of my attention to each project until they were completed. And however, by doing so, not only did I achieve these goals, but I also created more space in my life. And by doing so, I was able to live my life more authentically and more connected to who I was when I was able to say I did what I set myself off to do. It feels really good when you can do that. There is a sacrifice, and that's what I'm trying to get to. In my case, this is not on the book, but I will share with you guys. When I clearly remember when I wrote my 300-hour yoga manual and training, it was actually Christmas and New Year's. I don't remember what year. And I had a cabin in the middle of nowhere in a farm with horses that I love. And I was by myself. I chose to spend Christmas that year on my own. I was not in a relationship. And I told my family, excuse me, and my good friends, right, soul family friends, I am just off the grid. But it's Christmas time, but it's okay. That was when I could do it. And I spent Christmas by myself with my animals and writing night and day. And I spent New Year's by myself and with my animals. And I think I was there for 15 days, and night and day, I mean, just around the clock, you know. And it was something that I needed to accomplish and I needed to do. And it felt really good, actually, you know. So, yeah, I created 2 solid programs, which I am extremely proud. And I have seen and continue to see many people who go through our trainings transform their lives on and off the mat and become a better version of themselves. Over the years, I have received so many heartfelt letters, emails, and testimonials from our community over the past 20 years that I have been doing this yoga and teaching. It touches me deeply. Seeing transformation in people's lives is the biggest reward that I could ever ask for. I am so grateful to all of my students in my community. It is quite an honor and a privilege to do what I do, and I know this each and every day. I never forget it. I begin my day with thank you. Shanti Yoga Training School is a catalyst for change, for the betterment of human existence and for our planet. With hundreds of graduates to this day, this program continues to thrive. So, speaking of the school, I'm about to go into teacher training this weekend. We are going to dive deep into the world of the chakras, the 7 main chakras, the Ida and the Pidala, masculine and feminine energies, and the Sushumna Nadi, where the Kundalini rises. It'll be a beautiful weekend with yoga nidra and tea and vinyasa. And I am vinyasa flow. The first day we really kind of go at it and, you know, sweat and break it all down. And it's exciting, you know. I still have spaces in my yoga school for the 200-hour. I have handful spots for the 300-hour. There's an application, a little bit more comprehensive application. And there's a lot of stuff online. My membership site, if you want to join, For as little as $30 a month, you can join the membership and you can get so much out of it. We do Zoom sessions, we have distant healings, and much more. I wish I could stay here and talk to you guys a lot more. I'm so inspired today. Think about balance in what are the things that you do to bring balance into your life, even in the middle of chaos? Can we create magic in the middle of chaos? For me, lighting a candle, spending time in nature, having something as simple as a flower, of course my animals. This is Emilio. And I should not forget, I am drinking this amazing tea from Global Tea Hut. Shout out. And this is a shopware. It's fantastic. It's called the Emperor's Court. Anyway, surrounding myself with beauty and love and meditation and really staying in your center, your 0 point neutrality, no matter what. Thank you for listening. I hope you continue on this journey with me. Namaste.